Okay. I wonder if I'm gonna be even like visible. This fucking shit. Maybe we'll go. Maybe I'll go at an angle. Like that. Yeah. This is it. This is Project Monday. We got Ben, we got bread, we got cheese. What else did you bring out? Yeah, come show the full loaf of bread. The Whole Foods haul. Here it is. The citrus sparkling water. The Whole Foods, what is this, Parmesan?
Mm-hmm. Parmigiano.
Parmigiano Reggiano. 24-month raw. There you go. And then, can I get a little thing of this?
You gotta get the top.
The top?
Well, that's my favorite part.
That's your best one? Let me try this first.
That's pretty good. That is pretty good.
That's rye bread? Interesting.
I don't even know what makes rye bread.
I don't know. Lionel would know. His dad, John, he's baking, man.
Dude.
He's good at it, dude. He makes these beautiful loaves of bread. Designs and stuff, they're so good.
I went to an old farm manager's house in Arizona to visit them. The dude, Myron, had a sourdough starter, and he made a bread while I was there. It was like a little round one.
Nice.
Dude, it was fire. It disappeared the first day they made it.
Yeah.
We devoured it, dude.
When Lionel and I were in France, we used to joke that you could tell how good a dinner was by how much bread and butter was left. Because if it was bad, the bread and butter was gone. Because they ate the bread and butter instead of the dinner. You know? Like we would make a soup or something, and then nobody liked it, so they would eat all the bread and butter for something.
Dude, that's all you need. Bread and butter.
We would go through lots of bread and butter. But Edward, man, he could cook though. He could cook. But anyway, Lionel, we're talking about... What the fuck were we talking about? We were talking about how much you can ignore in a sort of self-serving sense. Some alliteration for you. Like in a sense of to let yourself be happy. Like what can you... It's like sticking your head in the sand is the common phrase now. You know, how much can you... Like in Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance, he talks about this. I wish I could remember exactly the context where he was quoting it. But he was expressing like sort of disgust for people who would respond to like, you know, some sort of mental unrest with like, just don't think about it, you know? And then you'll be happy. He's like, nah, fuck that. That's bullshit. And I agree.
That's how you end up with a society like the one we have today, because it was created by people who don't think clearly about every little detail.
Mm-hmm. And that's clear because it's set up to make you not think. Well, he has a different experience with school, though. Very different. He went to Brooklyn Free School, and you like choose your... Like in elementary school, you like choose your curriculum pretty much, and you choose like when you want to learn. You just participate as you want, which is so interesting. Because Lionel's genuinely one of the smartest people I know.
Did they have a sleep class?
I mean, not a class, but like you could fucking just sleep if you wanted to.
Dude,
for sure.
Just like the break room at fucking Home Depot, it's insane. Like,
people sleeping in it?
No, like. They always have the TV on. Whenever an old person gets to the remote, they just turn on Fox News.
Oh yeah, dude.
And we're all forced to listen to this brain rot.
I was on the plane on the way to California.
I don't understand it, dude. Like,
well, it's not to be understood. I was on the plane, okay, on the way to California, and I'm looking through the seats, you know, like through the cracks in the seats to see, and these people, there's tons of people watching Fox News, and I'm looking at it. And I'm like trying to decipher what's going on, and genuinely, like I watched it long enough to catch a whole segment of something, and it has like subtitles, like I can hear whatever, and I'm like, it just doesn't make any sense at all. If you have an ounce of common sense, nothing adds up. Like, I'm telling you, okay, there was a statistic, okay, about Democratic versus Republican support for a bill. Just before, they're like, you know, Democrats are in strong opposition to this fucking thing, whatever, right?
Dude.
And then they show a percentage of like support of the bill, and it says 87% are in support, and then like 13% are not in support. And I'm like, and then they label them blue and red and put like a little thing on it, and I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, that insinuates that 13% of the country are Democrats. Like, that just doesn't, like, these people are being fed false statistics. Like, it didn't make any sense at all. It was so weird.
I think,
Can I try this cheese?
yes, dude. Like, literally none of it makes sense, though. Like,
No, none of it does.
like, any of it. Dude, I saw this dude on you know the app Nextdoor?
Yeah. Oh my god, it's got a whole stigma around it.
Yeah, I was on there and
For a reason.
I don't know. I haven't used that app in like years, and then I open it, and the first thing that comes up is some old man that's like, we're destroying the world or something, the environment, the birds are going extinct. I'm like, it's your fault.
Yeah, like, what do you...
All you do is sit inside and watch the TV all day. You don't do, like, go talk to your grandkids, bruh.
Right.
But even in just like, I just saw a comment on YouTube about Trump to some video. I was like, Trump did this, and it's like, dude, like, I don't even know if it was a real comment, honestly. Is any of it, like,
I see comments like that stuff all the time, and it's like half the comments are like, this is because of Trump, and then half of the comments are like, this is obviously because of Biden, and it's like, what are you guys talking about? Like,
I don't even, all I know is I want to eat this bread and expand.
this cheese is actually fucking fire.
Dude,
This is actually so good.
I swear to God, if I actually lock in and just eat this bread, no other kinds of bread, maybe the Ezekiel bread, and like only this cheese, and then some other European cheeses that have been aged, like, I just don't gain weight. I just get in better shape, and I can eat as much of it as I want. I do not eat
There we
like
go.
American cheese. They pasteurize it and then add like fake food colorings and shit.
American cheese though. I do white American though.
Yes. I don't know.
Oh my god, this is
That's
so
just another layer of skits. The food skits.
Isn't this fucking fire?
Dude, I love Parmesan. It's like a little bit sweet. I'm like,
Right?
oh, yeah.
This is like a test run for a podcast. I think
This is better than most podcasts.
right.
Like, they
I want to do
You
a
get to
podcast
see
with
it.
Lionel.
get to see nature instead of like some like bright lights and people with lip filler.
Exactly. Some fucking microphone that's like $3,000.
Like, I don't even know if any of those podcasts are real. Like, who watches these? Like, half of these people.
I get
don't understand.
ads for these fucking like Facebook Live podcasts or something, and it's like legit like two bitches arguing with each other. That's what it is. That's the whole ad. They're like, "You're an iPad kid," and she's like, no, I'm not." She's like, "Yes, you are. You always need your iPad." She's like, "Don't you want to watch food when you eat, or watch fucking your iPad when you eat?" And it's just them going back and forth arguing. I'm like, who would watch that?
Dude, it's crazy, like, studying when I was at the farm, seeing how different what people do while they're eating. Like, some people will take like a bite and like dance around and then like talk and then go back and take another bite and then dance around, and then that's how they'd get through their food, and it'd take like an hour. And there's
That's low-key the best way.
it is. Like you're literally training your body to be better at dancing and jumping around and being happy. Like
I wonder if I'm still in the frame where I'm standing. Yeah, we're good.
and then I don't know, you can tell though, like there's usually the most mentally disturbed people at the farm who would need a screen to watch while they eat. Because maybe, like, that's the only thing that calms their brain down enough to allow them to eat.
That's interesting. The most mentally disturbed.
Mhm.
Like how?
Like,
I wonder if they're swimming.
for me, when I'm thinking, like, a lot
It's not a
of
fishing net. You see that?
these threw that thing out.
Yeah, you threw out a fishing net. Anyway, when you're thinking,
Like, if I'm thinking negatively, I just feel like I'm not even, like, digesting the food I'm eating, or, like, tasting it, or anything, or appreciating it. But
that's
then-
true. That's a good point. You could for sure block out senses with thoughts like that.
You gotta be in
Yeah.
the Remy zone where you, like, open up your mind and you're, like,
In the what zone?
the rat from Ratatouille.
Mm-hmm. With the fucking strawberry and the cheese and then both. Or then, what does he have? He has something in his hands and he fucking gets struck by lightning.
Oh, it's like a mushroom?
The
Or
mushroom?
It's like he makes like a kebab.
My fucking dad was watching that shit on the TV yesterday. I was like, I turned around, I was like, is that fucking Remy the Rat on my TV?
That's amazing.
I saw Patton Oswalt live. He voices Remy.
Oh.
He's a stand-up comedian. He's like this, like, he's just like a regular stand-up comedian. You know, he cusses and stuff, whatever. And so the whole time I'm just closing my eyes, just imagining Remy doing this fucking whole stand-up bit about like flying or something, you know. It was pretty funny.
Dude, like, I don't know. Like, I think a lot of these, you just want to hold the bread. I think I'm done with it for now.
Yeah.
But, like, a lot of these podcaster people just do it for, like, straight attention. Instead of, like,
Yeah.
like in the past, the people before technology, the ones who got the attention were like the leaders of the groups who like everyone literally like looked up to, and like they were a provider for the village or tribe, and that's what people would give their attention to, who would do, yeah. Or it wasn't even just one person. It could have just been like different people and
Did I tell you?
at different times. Like, that's what would get people's attention and energy though.
Yeah.
Instead, yeah.
I was talking to Lionel about when we were talking about religion and stuff. And I thought I may have told you this because we did that bit in front of the church. But we were talking about how deities or gods get created. Sort of like Jesus. Or I guess you can think of it like, you know, Jesus as in he's a man, right? Walking around. But a lot of religions, especially like Native American religions, worshipped ancestors. Like, you know the movie Coco? Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was the whole, you know, ancestor movie. And it's like, this was a question that I had never been able to, like, piece together the answer for, right? But the way I pieced it together is a way, I tried to explain this to Lionel. The way he pieced it together for me is a way that I like to piece things together. Does that make sense? So he was saying, you worship your great-grandfather, right? Because you're like, he was a good guy, he did all this stuff, we want to be like him. And then there's a guy, his great-grandson, who's like just totally like him, you know? And then they're like, oh, go ask him, he's totally like this other guy who we really liked. And then he's like this village, like, religious figure, right? And then through generations, it's like, who did it start with? Well, it started with this guy, and then it like conflates and whatever, and it gets imaginary, and it's like all of a sudden you've got a god because this guy was just like influential to his village. right? And it's one of those questions like people are like, who was the first guy to come up with this? And it's like, well, nobody just came. It didn't just appear into existence. You know, it was slow and it formed over time, just like, you know, Lionel was explaining that to me. I was like, dude, that makes total sense.
Dude,
I never thought of it like that.
I was just getting like a bunch of crazy visions while you were talking about that stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I was thinking, what if like the first guy to become like companions with, what if it's actually humans that were originally like, I wouldn't say like not dominated, but like became a companion with wolves. What if it was the wolves that raised the man and like taught him how to hunt, instead of like a dude like dragging a baby wolf into his house? It was like wolves that like saved this like starving person.
Well, that's funny because
And
we
he
always
just,
say
like-
raised by wolves as like a crazy thing, you know?
Dude, yeah,
Like
I
it
don't
means
know.
something whack as hell.
For most of my life, I've always imagined.
This is cool. We're just kind of like silhouettes in there. I'm gonna stop it once it gets to like in 2 minutes.
But yeah, I don't know. That just like cracked my whole.
Yeah.
That's like a whole paradigm shift I
That's
just
cool.
caused in my brain. Because dogs and pets, like, they pretty much do own their owner. Like, all they do is just look cute nowadays, and we just feed them
Yeah.
and like work and like do shit we hate.
My
so
old
we
coworker
can-
was talking about that.
They
and
own us, dude.
He's so funny though. He's always like, we're having a regular conversation, and then he says some shit like that. I'm like, dude, you're a little philosopher over here. Like, I'm like, you need to realize that. You know, I'm having a conversation with this dude about like bikes, and then he's like, isn't it so interesting? Like this, you know, the servitude of the. And I'm like, dude, what?
I swear you just bring that out in people though, Max.
Oh, thanks, man. That's good. I love those conversations. I miss that guy, man. His name was Chris. He's so busy, it pains me to know that. He's just busy with his life, you know?
Sometimes you just, I don't know, you gotta like get busy.
Yeah, and he's like trying to make money and like live and stuff. I'm like, man, he's a cool dude. I wish he could just exist.
Does he want like a mansion and like sports cars and stuff?
No, he has a wife, and I don't know if he's like gonna start a family, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know what his plan is. Yeah, he was cool.
I need to map out some stuff for the future.
Yeah.
If you don't have a plan, then you're just gonna like go along with stuff, you know?
Right. But what's wrong with going along with stuff?
There isn't. I think things would be way better. A lot of people were just like, I don't know.
Javelin. Nice. I don't know, man. There's too much shit to think about. It's funny though, because that's kind of what I like about cars. There's too much stuff to possibly know everything. And that's what's kind of fun about it. Is because you can just infinitely explore it. But like, that's the whole universe. That's the whole world.
Dude.
Is like that.
Yeah.
That's the same thing goes for
Uh-huh.
that. Like, but why don't I view it that way, you know? But that's what I talk to Lionel about, is like, we piece together like, well, I view this thing that way. Maybe I could take this sort of consciousness and put it over here and view this other thing that way. But it seems like that's a skill to learn.
Yeah, it's all about
Trying
like
to learn.
controlling your mind and your perspective.
Yeah. I'll go right to 20 minutes. Because that's what we agreed is the time limit. Let's just,
Have we been talking for 20 minutes?
we've been talking for 20 minutes. I'm gonna just leave it on the sunset. And that'll be how we finish out the video. And we'll sit here and look at it.
Earlier today, I was thinking